I experienced the most scary thing in that cab that I have ever experienced in my life. And I have been through heart attack, bear encounter in the woods, sharks when I'm scuba diving being way too friendly with me. The cab incident was scarier than all of those times combined. Hey everyone, it's Adele. I've been getting some emails and messages from people wondering how much it costs to move to Mexico, to live in Mexico, and I thought I would come on here and share that with you guys today. I have only been living here for about 2 months now, and I've already lost 1,000 US dollars on things that if I had known better, I would still have that money in my bank account. So I wanted to make this video to save you having to go through the same hassles or make the same mistakes as I did. So please stay tuned, click like and subscribe if this video is helpful or interesting for you in any way, and let's get started. So I know I've said in my videos that moving to Mexico, I've always wanted to do that. I have been just really fed up and, disenchanted with life in the Western world for a very long time, almost since grade school. And I really wasn't sure what kind of options there were out there for me. Recently, I went through a divorce. My country of Canada is currently under a communist takeover, and I just didn't want to be a part of that. So I went on the United Airlines website. I went and looked and filtered for restrictions on countries. And there were countries that had lots of restrictions, countries that had moderate restrictions, and then there were countries with no restrictions. So I filtered for that, and there were 4, and I picked Mexico. I also had a lot of like-minded friends online who had moved here, people I was talking to. That's one great thing I love about the internet, is that it brings possibility and magic into our lives in ways that maybe we never would have understood previously. So here I am in Mexico. This is the second, a new chapter in my life, and I want to bring you all in on the magic and possibilities that may lay there for you as well. I know that when people do out of the ordinary things, it is a typical human tendency to say, the reasons why it's not going to work for them or how it couldn't work for you. So I like to come on here and show that these things are possible. People said that when I was making money online. They're like, you'll never make money online unless you have millions of subscribers. That wasn't true. They were like, you can never go live in the mountains by yourself. It's not safe. It's too expensive. That wasn't true. A lot of people were saying, you can't travel the world. There's too many restrictions. You're going to have to give up your body to do that. That wasn't true either. There's a way through everything in this life. And that's one thing I really want people to hear and understand and see. So the timing for that worked out. I had some investments from back when I was making money online, so I was able to make things work. And I came here, and I've been here for 2 months, and my spirit has been unlocking and opening up, and my body has been healing, and I've just been doing so well. I've been having my faith restored in humanity in some ways. Not in others. That'll have to be future videos. But let's get started on the costs. I have notes here for me so I don't miss anything. All right, let's go. Okay, so for me to get here, the flight was about $338. That's from Kalispell, Montana to Guadalajara Airport in Mexico. There were some extra costs that I incurred because it was a flight that came in really late, so I had to have a hotel. I stayed at a hotel. It was $120 a night, and also I needed to take a cab because I have a friend who was living in a small town that I was going to go and check out to see if I wanted to live there first. So that was the first place I went. It was rather far from the airport, and because I didn't plan properly, I ended up having to get a taxi that cost me $300 and probably one of my 9 lives, because I experienced the most scary thing in that cab that I have ever experienced in my life. And I have been through heart attack, bear encounter in the woods, sharks when I'm scuba diving being way too friendly with me. I even had this one time I remember as a kid, my mother had friends that were as dramatic as she was and made bad decisions with men. She had this friend who invited us and her kids all out to this isolated lake house. And then like at nighttime, we started getting these calls that would call and hang up, call and hang up. And I remember being in the kitchen, this woman was just getting really scared. My mom's like, what are you not telling me? What's going on? And that was when she admitted that the reason she invited us out to that lake house was because her boyfriend, who had threatened to kill her, had just gotten out of jail. So yeah, the cab incident was scarier than all of those times combined. It's in my ebook, of course. So that's one tip. I could have saved like $250 by researching ahead of time and taking the bus. And then I wouldn't have had that traumatic encounter. You know, I would have been with other people, and I really would have preferred that. And there was also another $1,000 that came into play here. So the first $400 was when I had booked this flight online a week prior to when I actually left. And I was just thinking, you know, I'll just do it quickly so I can get a good price and I can change it if I want to. Well, it turns out that there are some Mexican airlines that will not refund your money. And so I lost $400 with Aeromexico. And also I spent $600 on a return flight 6 months from the date that I was coming in. So I could present that at the border. You know, they're looking for evidence that you can afford to live here, that you're going to leave, and everything like that. So I bought that ticket like a few hours before I arrived at the airport, and then after I got through the border, I just refunded it. And of course, I made sure to do that with a company that actually provides refunds for flights. So that was United Airlines. All right, so my rental cost for this cute little place that I have here, which is the perfect location, it's the perfect size, it's the perfect everything for me, and it costs 235 USD a month. Everything is covered and included, including internet. I've had problems with the internet here before, so I actually just got a Mexican cell phone that I can use as a hotspot, and that is super affordable. I would say it's $20 a month for that. I also you can't drink the water here. I actually have a company that delivers water. They'll carry it up the stairs, and he texts me on WhatsApp. He's like, do you need water? And I'm like, yes. So the water guys come here every week. That costs 50 pesos, which is about $2. As for my groceries, I do 2 major grocery shoppings a month, and each time I spend about 1,000 pesos, which is about $40. And then I also really like going and buying fresh fruit. I like having fresh fruit every morning. And I like stocking up on my coconut water, right? To keep myself hydrated, to keep my electrolytes good in this heat. So I figured out that I spend about $30 USD per month on fruit. And I'm talking the mangoes of the gods. Okay, so I eat mangoes, apples, so manzana in Spanish, papayas. I eat a melon every day. I have like either a cantaloupe, and I'm talking the most fresh, beautifully colored, natural, sunlight-filled cantaloupe you've ever had, or like a mini watermelon. Earlier when I first came here, there were lots of star fruit. I like guavas, guayabas. I'll eat those, a couple of those a day. I've never had a fresh guava before, and they're just like limes here. They're so popular at the market. So yeah, with the groceries, the coconut water, and the fruit, that's about $110 a month on groceries. For fitness, I'm taking Wing Chun martial arts, and that's about 550 a month pesos, so that's about $27. That also kind of counts for my social life. I socialize with all of the amazing people at my martial arts practice. I've got the like authentic instructors who are just honestly, I've been blessed coming here. If someone was like, we need the perfect thing located there for Adele, the perfect instructors and people, that's what it would be. It's within walking distance, and I go there 3 times a week. We actually just had the Chinese Lunar New Year celebration, And so that was such a beautiful thing that I got to participate and experience. We even had a potluck dinner, so that was amazing. I moved here on the advice of a good friend of mine, so I have some friends here already, some who are from Canada, and I have some Mexican friends here now too. I don't like to go out to eat very often. I went through a phase when I first got here where I was like, whoa, this food is so good, it's so cheap. And I live like within like perfect walking distance. There are so many options. And I'm talking like high-end dining. There are like classy steakhouses, different options. You know, there are like the mom and pop joint. There are the taco stands on the street. There are just, it's unreal how many options there are here. So I actually just have my favorite restaurants, my favorite dishes that I go and get with my friend from time to time. I like this dish at the Thai restaurant. I just find the food here is so much better than in Canada or the United States. Like, I don't know how they do it. Even the desserts are different. They're not that like sickly sweet. It's like the sweetness is very mild and you don't feel sick after. It doesn't weigh you down. The sauces are not like really heavy. Everything is just like fresher and better here. Even the pizza. Meal at my favorite restaurant with drinks. Keep in mind the drink I like is Topo Chico y Limon. So that's like a sparkling mineral water. And if you request limon, they'll give you limes with a little bit of salt on the side. So if you're sparkling water and your lime, and it's so good. I don't drink, so I think I save a lot on that, where a lot of people might want to factor that in. That meal costs 150 pesos, which is about $7 for everything, including the tip. I kind of include, if I go eat out, I include that as part of my social budget. So if I incorporate that with the fitness and then the eating out, that's $40 USD a month. My travel costs are zero. I can walk everywhere, which helps me get a lot of sun during the day. I feel healthy and well. I get to explore different parts of the city. This place is so unreal because if you just take one slight different deviation walking somewhere than you usually would, you'd find some kind of amazing new gem. Like it's a feast for the senses. And even right now, the wind is blowing through the palm trees and the flowers outside, and it's gorgeous. The bus system here is really good. They've got BMW buses, and it costs 8 pesos. So that's 40 cents. There are cabs, there is Uber, but like I said, everything here is walkable. If you kind of want to find something that matches your lifestyle and what you like, for me, I like a small town feel. I like to have options, but also quiet. You really want to think about your lifestyle. For me, I want the option to go to the beach or the ocean, but I don't want to live near a beach or ocean accessible town or in one. Typically there tends to be more gringos, more tourists. The prices will be higher. You have issues like sand fleas and mosquitoes. Like here, I sleep with my windows completely open to the breeze every night and I have no problem. So you may want to consider transportation or travel costs to go and explore Mexico, right? I'm not really at that stage yet. I'm just kind of settling into my place. I'm getting stuff with my immigration sorted out with a lawyer. I'll talk about that in a bit. So for me, like exploring is not really high on my list of priorities as I'm still just exploring this neighborhood that I live in and this city and the history and the restaurants and the people. But to give you an idea, if I wanted to go to Cancun for the day, I could take a bus there for $35. I know some people wonder about like health insurance and stuff like that. For me, the cost of medical treatment here is so low, there's no point in getting health insurance. The cost is so low and the quality is much higher than Canada or the United States. It's absolutely unreal. You get like all kinds of files and folders and images and write-ups when you go see the doctor. So since I've been here, I've gotten a bunch of ultrasounds. I have gone for emergency dental treatment. That's coming up. And yeah, to see the doctor, to get the ultrasound and all the write-ups, it cost $40. To get the emergency dental treatment, that cost about $50. I had a friend who had a gallbladder removed and had to stay in the hospital for a few days. That cost $2,000. And this is like top quality treatment in these facilities that look like luxury resorts. For me, insurance is not a cost that I'm concerned about at all. And so altogether, my life here in Mexico, including rent, utilities, cell phone, entertainment, food, and fitness, and social life, cost me about $450 USD per month. If you'd like to know more about my emotional journey, what I went through getting divorced, moving to a foreign country during a pandemic, all alone, check out my ebook below. I really believe that anyone has the power of transforming yourself to fit to the life that you desire. I believe that we're all here with a purpose. We all have something to offer this existence, and we all get as many chances as we need to bring forth our destiny in our life. Don't ever give up on yourself. You are worth it. Your life is worth it. The ancestors that had to die for you to be alive today, they are cheering you on, and so am I. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.